Today I'm going to be showing you how I created these memorial posts using a photo of the imprint that we got for our dog. This is a little heartfelt one, so let's head over to Canva and I'll show you how to create one. So if some of y'all are from Facebook, y'all know a couple of weeks ago we lost our dog, and this is the imprint that we got that they took of his paw. So I wanted to do a unique design using his paw print. They didn't do one in ink, so this is what I got to work with, and I was trying to see what I could do. So we're going to need Pro Tools for this. If you know any way to do this without Pro Tools, please leave it in the comments for free users. They would greatly appreciate that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into adjust, and what I'm going to do is turn the sharpness and the clarity up. So when you take your picture, try to take your picture with as much shading on the inside as possible so you can kind of see where you need to go to kind of pull this out. So once I've got the sharpness and the clarity turned up, what I want to do next is I want to go back into my editor and I want to go pull up Magic Wrap. Now this is hit or miss and you might have to do it more than one time, but we're going to do it. So I want to get my brush size kind of big right now to do this because I got a lot of space, and I will change the size as I need to get into other things. And I'm just going to brush and get that paw print as close as I can. You can see right here where it's curving in, and I am going to do that, and I'm going to go to around like so, and I'm going to come back up here, and then I'm going to color this in really well. Oh no. Okay, we got to clear that out and start over. So I'm gonna go and clear and go here. I wish that was like in the background remover when you screw up like that, you can just fix it. But you're gonna go and try to find the paw. And I'm doing this a little quick, so it's probably not gonna be as neat as the one I had did previously. If you've seen the ones in the front, that would be my dog, and that would be I tested it out on another paw print, which is my sister and mother's dog from a long time ago, and they had one, and I was like, give me the paw print so I can test this out and make sure that it is somebody can replicate this and it's not just a one-off fluke that I was able to do with this one. And I did that with her Yorkie, and it worked out. So it can be done on different paws. I'm not going to guarantee because I don't know how deep or anything when they did anybody else's paw prints were done that it'll be awesome. But puppy love is puppy love, and we're always going to try. So now that I kind of got those in, I'm going to turn it down a little bit to try to get his claw marks in there. So I'm going to just go and try to get those claw marks. And they're kind of weird and funky because of, I think it's the way they were holding his paw, but I'm going to just try to get it as best as possible because if you see this one up here, it is really weird. But that's the way it looks, and that's the way I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to get this one right here. And when I feel like that's good enough, I'm going to go ahead and push the grab and cross your fingers that it grabs it. That's why I said you might have to do this more than once. All right, if it grabs it, all right, it grabbed pretty good. I do have some blank spots in there, but we'll work with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of this. So the next step after you've gotten that is what you want to do is go into your background remover. There's no background really to remove, but it's going to do that. And then what you want to do is go in here and clean it up. Because as you can see, it didn't get everything. So I'm going to go in my background remover. I'm going to get my erase tool out, and I'm going to start cleaning it up. So, and this design is a little time consuming and it's for love. You love your baby. And you want to do it right. So you're going to take your time and do this. So this is just like a rainy afternoon project that you can do for the love of a pet that you lost. And then you're just going to go in here and clean it up as best as possible. And like, see, it didn't do that whole section right there. So I'm going to take that and clean that off and clean that up. And you might have to do this a few times because both times that I did that and I tried to erase some stuff, it kind of stayed there after I erased it. So I had to come back in and do some more detail work on it. So like I said, it's just, this looks like that's a dent right here. And I'm going to pull that off and try to get rid of that. And then that's these two looking really weird. And if you don't want to do the claws, you don't have to do the claws. I mean, I think because, I mean, even, well, the one I did for my sister, those claws were in there pretty decent. When Sam went bye-bye, he was not totally bye-bye when they did this yet. So, when my sister's dog got their paw print, they were completely gone. So that might have been a difference. So once you kind of get it where you want it like that, you're going to X out of here and then you're going to check it. And if it's clean, sometimes it won't leave clean. I need to get right here. So I'm going to go back into my background remover and get in between here real good. And then that should take care of that. And then you're just going to clean up until you get it the way you want it. And if you wanted to, I would probably take that and kind of smooth that out a little bit, make it less jagged. So, and now, once I have this, I'm going to duplicate the page because I want to keep this one around. So I'm going to duplicate the page so I have a spare one for later fun things. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a mask. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go into duotone. And what I want to do is change this to white. I'm going to change it to white. And then what I want to do next is go into elements. I'm going to grab square and change that to like a yellow work. I think I used yellow for the last ones. And then check your position, layers, put that to back. And then you want to make sure that your whole paw print is in there. Once that's in there, what you want to do now is your file, download. I got it in MP4, so I want to make sure that's PNG. I'm going to go and it's page 2, and I'm going to done, download, and then I'm going to get a new page. I am going to bring in the PNG we just made, and then what I want to do once that's loaded is I want to remove the background. So at this point, if you want to use this as a mask, I usually remove the background after I do this again. So what I want to do, I usually change the color of this, but you don't have to. So we'll keep it yellow, where I want to do it white. So I'm going to change the background color so we can see a little bit. So I'm going to just make that gray, and I'm going to go into here, edit, and I'm going to go into duotone, and I'm going to change this mask to white. So what you're going to do is go into duotone and change both of your dots to white, all the way up till they're hashtag FFFFFF. I don't know how many F's there is. All right, so now that I got that, I want to go and get a photo of Sam. And what I want to do is remove the background. I want to flip him. And then I want to line him up within the photo, in the mask, the way that I want him. So I don't want him covering the whole thing because I do want to see the paw print. But I want to make sure that he is all inside of that paw print. And then I'm going to go to edit. And this, you don't have to do this part, but I like shadows. I like those shadows on everything. And I'm going to take the distance down just a hair. Now, once I got it where I want it, and then I want to position him and make sure that he is in here, I am going to duplicate this, line him back up over top, go in a position, put one of them behind the mask. So you're going to have one in front, a mask, and then him in the back. So I'm going to go and highlight this front one. And then what I want to do is take it down to make him pop out. So I'm just going to crop it till it's just, it looks like him. Just him popping out of his paw print. So the next thing I want to do, I see a little bit of him hanging out the back, and I don't want that either. So what I'm going to do is grab that backside one and put it up behind the mask. Now, this is where the fun begins. You can put anything you want behind it. I did the paw. So I'm going to control C this paw that I did. And I am going to control V it and try to put it behind the mask. Now, sometimes it doesn't line up very well. I don't know why that does that, but it doesn't. But you're going to get it in there as best as you can. If you want to do this, you can put a color behind there. You don't have to put the paw, but that's just what I did. And I'm going to put that position. I'm going to put it behind him like so. And then I'll leave that little gray there. If you want to have a little bit of a dramatic effect, you can go to Elements, just grab a square, turn that to black. Is that a solid black? Is that a good black? All right, and then what you want to do, just in case you have any little gaps between your original and your mask, just do that, go in a position, and then take it and put it all the way to the back like that. And you can see you're going to get that like nice, cool little hard edge there that kind of looks like it's sunk in. So now what you want to do is you want to grab your mask, and we're going to go into Edit. This is where the fun begins. So if you want to kind of make it 3D looking, what we're going to do is play with shadows. So I'm going to hit the drop shadow on this. I'm going to take the distance in on it. And then what I want to do, of course, you're going to have to line it back up because they always move. And line it back up with this. I want to duplicate it. I want to change my shadow color to white for the second one. You want black the first one or white the second one. And whatever distance you have on the first one, you want to take that down. You want it smaller. You want it closer. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to line it back up. That's the way you're going to get that little indent looking part. And then what you want to do is duplicate it one more time. And I say line it up, but it's going to unline itself. You want to change it back to black. So we're going to go and drop it all the way down here. And then you want to take the angle and reverse it. So you want to go in the opposite direction of what that was so you can get the shadow on the other side. And you want to put the distance back up again. And then we're going to line it back up over. Like so. Hold on. My hand's getting a little shaky, y'all. Plus, you might have to use your arrow keys. So we're going to do that. We're going to go bump, 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 bump. And I did 3 up, and I'm going to go like 1. Because I like that little edge piece right there that it makes. That looks like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my very back one. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to hit that blur up. And I'm going to do the whole image, and I'm just going to add some blur to it, about 30. And then I'm going to go back, and that's going to soften that interior edge up even more. So that softens that up so it looks kind of like it's there. So now I'm going to go back into position and get my dog back into place. So I need to get my dog up. And now I have my dog where I want it. So once you have everything in place where you want to, you can go ahead and group it. And then you can just go here. What we can do is change the background. I'm going to ungroup it because something else that you might want to do. I'm going to do it the easy way. I think it's easier than going and try to shave those off. I'm going to go ahead and change my background back to white. Then I'm going to grab Elements. Now you can just go in here individually and tighten these things up to take the edge shadows off and make this completely white. Or you can just use a square and cover them up real quick. Either way you want to do it, you can just go in and take those shadows off. And make sure you grab them all and don't have any, like, see how you got residue right there? You don't want that. And we'll take that and take his back in there. And then what we'll do is get the top pieces. Or you can just go like this, grab square, change it to white, put it up there, go across, and hide them like that. I think that's a little bit easier than trying to do it, but just make sure you're not covering your paw print. So once you have it done like this and you've got it the way you want it, what you want to do now is you're going to go down, File, Download. Since we're in there, we're going to go PNG. I'm going to do Current Page, and then I'm going to put Done, Download. Get a new page. I always start a new page. I'm going to bring it in, and then what you want to do, what you can do after this, if you want to even go further with it, you can remove the background, go into edit, and put even more shadows on it if you want to. So you can put a drop on it. I always take them in some. And then I kind of like to do a drop on both sides. So if you want to do a drop on both sides, what you do is just make another one, change the angle the other way, and that'll make it kind of pop. And just take it, when you put it back over top, just leave a little bit of a hang. So like you see, you're not going to put it exactly on top, you're going to put it just a little bit over, and it gives it that really cool 3D effect of it like popping out. And then you can just group those. Oops, I always do that. Instead of group, I hit duplicate. I duplicate so much. All right, and that turns it into that. The other thing I did, if y'all are interested in, was I like to play with the color with these. So I went into edit, and I wanted to make look more. So he had black pads on the bottom. I guess, I don't know, my Chihuahua doesn't have totally black pads, but he does. So I went into edit, went into adjust. So what I wanted to do is kind of get a more of a natural color for some of it. So you take the brightness down and work with the contrast and stuff like that, and kind of work with the, and you can just start playing around with these. But I just need some more vibrance back in there, but I need the contrast. So and you take the highlights and you can just start manipulating all this kind of stuff to kind of get it into a tone. I love just playing with this stuff anyway and just seeing what kind of pops up and trying to get it more into a, let's do the blacks a little bit more and kind of get it more into a natural color. And then I could go like this and go back into edit and then go over and add some shadows and make it look more natural. So I can make that pop off the page. And like I said, if you want to make it look kind of 3D-ish, I take the distance in, duplicate it, and then take that angle the opposite way and just give it a little bit of an edge. So if you want to, see how you got that little bit of edge and it gives it that depth, like it's just like coming out of the screen, like it's pushing through. And those are some of the tips and tricks that I did with those. And I started playing. Once you got the mask, you start playing. You can put like anything behind there. You can put pictures. You can, if you want to, you can put something like this behind it. And then, oh, that's not the mask. That's not the mask. Let's go into uploads and get a mask. I know I have one or two of them. Remove the background. Let's get rid of these. Bye, y'all. Not really. I mean, if y'all want to leave, bye. I love you. I'm still playing. You know me. Remove the background. And then you could do something like this if you, like I did the one for my sister, because I did the one for my sister's dog because they like Alabama, so I did that and try to do Alabama colors. She like, that's her dog, and with the Alabama banners, whatever, around his neck. And that is his face in black and white, kind of sketchy, coming through the paw right there. So I kind of did that for her because she likes Alabama football. And so And that was just like some gradient behind there with him popping out. So that's all kinds of stuff you can do. It doesn't have limit to your imagination is your imagination once you make the mask. You can do all kinds of stuff, put all kinds of things behind there. You can have it pop out. You can just have like these were with the face, I think. Let's see. What did I do? That is a Sam foot. What I did, oh, like these. I did these where if you see right here, there's Sam's face, kind of in a gray tone, and then it's kind of like in a black and white in this paw. So you, it's all up to your imagination and your personality of the dog. So for those who want to make that, I'm sorry for all your losses, and I know it's out of great love, just like it was for me. And I really appreciate y'all stopping by and dealing with me because this was kind of a long one. And I hope to see you on the next one, and it will be more cheerful than this one. So until next time, I love you guys. Bye, y'all.